Hello, hello. How is everybody? It is Sunday, June 2nd, and this is Harmony Stamps with Michelle, and I'm Michelle Barnes, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator coming to you from Pueblo, Colorado. If you're local or near local, I'd love to meet with you, have a chance to chat, and see if any of my classes might be something you want to, work on doing for your own stuff. Or anyways, just meeting, saying hi would be fantastic. And if you need a catalog and aren't already working with a demonstrator, I can provide you with one of those, of course. All right, so I do not have the make and takes to show you for this month, but you can still get the make and takes for last month or the upcoming month once we know what they're going to look like by putting in an order of $35 or more using the host code that's on your screen and also in the description below. When I go ahead and ship those out, I'll just drop you a note by email and ask you which make and takes you're wanting, whether it's the ones from May or the ones from June, which unfortunately leads me to a bit of an announcement. So things are getting a little busy with the other work stuff, the stuff that actually is paying my bills. And that means I have to focus on it more, which also sadly means I'm going to have to make a change in my videos. So starting going forward, the Sunday video is going to have to be a if I have time thing, not an every Sunday thing. Now, I'm going to definitely keep the Wednesday videos at 4, sometimes going as early as 3, going forward. And, that's I can make happen most of the time, no problem. But it's just getting more and more difficult to do the second video and also all the planning for that and taking care of everything else. Now, again, when it comes to new product, when they're here, there's going to be a bunch of extra videos showing you the stuff, which is going to be happening very soon. Just letting you know. Pre-order opens up for demonstrators on the 5th of June, and I will be doing a pre-order with second day shipping for that. So definitely there's a couple of things I definitely am looking forward to receiving. And actually, while we're talking about it, let's actually talk about it. So what this is not everything that's going to be available to order. This is just a selection of things that are going to be the new online exclusives starting in July for everybody. But this month, we as demonstrators get to start ordering them as early as the 5th of June. So this is a new suite that's going to be in the online. It's got paper embellishments bundle and ribbon. So this is the iconic imagery bundle, which has the stamp set, which has Celebrate, Grateful, 'Tis the Season. I can even make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. So yeah, the season, light, peace, joy, love for lets you and celebrate grateful. So there's all kinds of different sentences you can put together with those words in those configurations. We have stars and or snowflakes, hearts, holly berries, that might be confetti. But texture in any case, candles, flames, Christmas trees, leaves, and oak leaves as well. As far as the stamps that go, we have these 3 very pretty labels, which I'm looking forward to playing with. And then, of course, maybe all of the stamped images also have with these. Yeah, no, all of them have a die that will cut them out. Plus, there's this one that's a standalone as well, and you get 2 of those. So that's really nice. And then, of course, the paper. Look at that paper. It's 6 by 6. And it will be $12.50. You'll get 48 sheets, and of course they're double-sided. And you got trees and leaves, and I bet you, I have a suspicion some of those dies are going to cut some of these out as well. Pine bough leaves. Let's see, it looks like candy canes and hearts. And plaid, more Christmas trees, stripes, Christmas trees, snowflakes, dots, birds, stars, confetti, it looks like, fireworks, candles, champagne glasses, hearts, stripes, oak leaves, acorns, I think. Well, let's make it bigger. When in doubt, make it bigger. And scroll over. Oh yeah, it is confetti. And it is acorns with an oak leaf as well. And then of course we have these dots, this diamond gingham pattern, pumpkins, and there's a much better look at those items closer. And so it's showing us too that the colors that it's going to coordinate with are cherry cobbler, Cajun craze, mossy meadow, misty moonlight, moody mauve, and pecan pie. So that's going to be a lot of fun to play with. And then of course we have the frayed gross grain ribbon in 3/8 inch, sorry. And it's white, so I'm sure we're going to be able to use our blends to color those into any shade we want or leave it white. It's up to us. And then we have these pecan pie and clear ribbon adhesive back dots. Let me bring that in closer again so you can sort of see. Oh, look at that. That's what they mean by ribbon. Interesting. All right, let's bring it back down to a size where you can see everything. All right, and so that suite is going to be where? Up top? Mm, there. $67.50 when those goes live in July. Not sure if it's going to be the first or some other date near the beginning of the month, but that's the first suite that is going to be available. Let's make this bigger. And this is the next suite, and the paper, well, it's going to be the Season of Green and Gold paper, and that is specialty paper. So right now I'm going to go in much heavier so we can get the best look at that paper. Okay, there we go. So look at those greens and gold, and because it's specialty paper, there is going to be gold accents on some of the pages. Oh, that one's like fully gold from what I can tell. And oh, look at how pretty that is. And then of course we're going to get vellum, these 3 designs in vellum, and some are more colored, some are less colored, but they're going to be 3 different designs, 2 sheets of each. All right, let's go back down again in size. There we go. And the bundles, there's going to be 2 bundles, so it is a mega suite. And the first one is Golden Greenery Bundle. It has these images. That looks like, I have to make it bigger again. Yep, that's a bell. So it's 2-step stamping. We have the leaf, we have the pine sprig, holly berries, more leaves, and bigger bells. And then, of course, the dies to cut those as well. And then 4 standalones. Yeah. 1 die, 5 cutout pieces. So it looks like this is some dots. Not sure. And then we have this one, which is Greetings of the Season bundle, which has all these greetings. Wishing you to you and yours, happy holidays. May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. Holidays, happy, merry, couple of ands over there. Merry, to, from, love and joy for you. New Year, Christmas, Christmas, New Year, season's greetings. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I love that song. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Oh, comments. Let me get rid of that banner. We don't need the banner. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Good seeing you again. So this is going to be a lot of fun playing with these 2 bundles in that new suite that'll be available from the online exclusives. And then it's also got this very vanilla satin ribbon, which also can be using the blends, I'm pretty sure, to adjust the color. And these cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. So you have a set of 3 and then individuals. And then there's this additional stamp set, which is Everyday Greetings. Let's bring it up in size again so we can really get a good look at it. Sorry. There we go. And again, it's just mix and match greetings. And we have regular block font and cursive font. So anniversary, congratulations, anniversary, love you, thank you. Where there is heartache, let there be healing. Birthday friend, on your sending, hello friend. Big day, so much, birthday, best wishes, congratulations, and thinking of you. So those are some awesome additional stamps, an additional stamp set that will be coming as well. They actually gave us quite a lot of good stuff for our previews, what we're seeing here. So I'm really enjoying that. Those two sheets are pretty full, but these are much less. So Changing Leaves is a new bundle that's coming, and we can see from this card they made that there's an embossing folder behind it, which is made these embossed leaves. Oh my gosh, that is going to be so pretty. And there are stamps that are creating these leaves. So maple and leaves. And then there's dies that are going to cut those 3 leaves out. And look at those embellishments. The only thing I don't see is paper, like designer series paper, which there may be. We don't know yet. So I think it's fantastic that they're giving us some early autumn items. And look at that sentiment. You are amazing in every single way. And then the final imagery we have for the new stuff that's going to be released at the beginning of July is the Potions and Spells bundle. So we can see from it that this is going to be a lot of fun. We've got the cauldron die there. You can tell this broom and the broomstick and the handles for the cauldron and this oozing stuff. And even the bird and the bottle have dies. So those are going to be a lot of fun. And then we obviously have a cauldron stamp, a bird stamp, these bubbles. I'm not sure if it's like 2 or 3 step given the different colors or if that's just something they did with the markers. We'll have to see. Oh, and look at the books. They've got a die as well as the beaker. And then they are showing the stamp for the bird and a little hocus pocus. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to look forward to playing with this set as well. So those are products that I will be ordering when the exclusives become available to demonstrators in 3 days. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and what did I do? Apparently I closed them all out instead of doing this. Oops. We're going to play around with the Labeled with Love and the keeping tabs. I'm not going to make a card today. I'm just going to be making labels and tabs. All right. So I'm going to need some basic white paper for sure. And I'm just going to play around with the end colors for these today. You can work with it, whatever colors you want. And I think we'll start with the keeping tabs. So I know I'm going to want a variety. So as a reminder, oops, these are how the stamps stamp. Oh, and that is dies and or a punch. Oh, come on, there we go. And then these are some of the items that I already pre-stamped and punched to show you how they work together. And so today I'm going to show you how to play with this in bulk. And we're not going to use the die, we are going to use the punch today. And we're going to do it in a specific pattern and method. All right, so I know I want all 3 of these stamps, and looks like I'm going to need to grab another D block for that. And I'm wanting to kind of do tabs for my yep, ink on the finger for my catalog, which I have not done yet. So that's what we're going to kind of do. I'm going to focus on it. So I want to go either across the top or across the long edge. I'm going to go ahead and go across the long edge because I know I want more of these. And just kind of staying near the edges, I'm going to stamp a couple of each color. like so. That was Shy Shamrock. Let's do Summer Splash. Ooh, love that one. It's pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. And, oops. Let's get that one in a better place. Let's go ahead and do Peach Pie for a couple. All right, and that's kind of as far as I can go on those with these. So what I'm going to do now is get my trimmer out. I love our trimmer, especially if you're doing something that's specifically 6 inches, because that's exactly 6 inches. So I'm just going to trim off the excess here and leave myself with a strip that I know is going to actually easily allow me to run it through my punch. So I'm going to open up my punch like so, and I'm just going to feed it in bit by bit. Probably would have been easier to go vertical on this one, but or stamp the other direction. And I'm just kind of lining it up and punch. And because of the way this happened, I'm going to have to do the snippy each time. But if I'd done it the other way, it would have been let's see. It would have easily gone through, no problem. So the next one will be even easier to get done right, just because of the way those stamps lie. But so there's 2 of those. And let's get the next one lined up. And I am intentionally not only cutting off the excess because I still need something to feed it through on this end. To hang on to. All right. This is the easiest way to kind of, get your specifics without measuring. But make sure you're angling it right. I'll show you what I mean when we're done with these. Because I want 2 more, or 2 different colors more, so I'll show you the better way to do it then. All right. This one's a little harder to line up just because I don't have the clear direct lines. I've just got the dots, so I'm just kind of checking it a couple of times to make sure I like where it's landing. And then our last piece goes in. And this one is not quite long enough with my fingers, so I can just play with shifting it this way, or I can, yeah. If I had a Post-it note, I would put a Post-it note on it to make it longer, but I don't have any of those immediately with me. So where are my offset tweezers? La la. No, don't have those. There we go. Here's my tweezers. All right, so I'm going to put it in there and use my tweezers to adjust it within the punch. Well, this is even harder to do with the dots, just because, again, seeing it and lining it up specifically is not the easiest. Okay, sometimes it wants to move and sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to make a little wetness but not touch any ink where that is so that I can have a bit of a grip. So close and yet so far. Ooh, I might have it. Good enough. There we go. Okay, allow us to do a couple more. I am going to get a baby wipe since I didn't get my chamois ready today so that I can have clean stamps because I'm going to a different ink and I don't want to contaminate them with colors that are not ideal for it. And then I'm going to need Poppy Parade and Pretty in Pink. So we'll do coming down this way instead of up and down. Do 2 of those, just like so. And then we will get, oh, that's also not ideal. Don't stick your finger in the ink pad when you're closing it. There we go. All right. And then finally, our Pretty in Pink with the floral, which I think is perfect. Either one would be perfect with the floral, but and we'll close that one up. Do it this way so you can see better. So I'm just kind of bringing it over there to where I can see it's not in the channel where the stamped image is. And then I'm going to run the blade, and there we go. And now you'll be able to see what I meant by the way you stamp it makes a difference. So here I can do all 4 of these without doing that cutting stuff in the middle. So there's one, and then I just push in and get to the next one. And I could have gotten another one on this, but right now these are the ones I need. So, and I'm just gonna, like I said, use these as catalog dividers so that I know which section is which in my catalog. Let's get it better aligned. There we go. Okay. I'm going to close this and lock it in place and set it aside. And so there's all kinds of other little things you can stamp in there if you wanted to. Just make sure that you're stamping it this way and not this way, because the way it's going to be on the paper is like this when you fold it over. Okay. But because this is specifically going to be used as dividers, I'm going to go ahead and get my Stampin' Up markers. Actually, let's do the new in color ones, my Stampin' Up markers. There's a brilliant idea, Michelle. All right. So I think I want to do different colors with different colors. So let me grab in our pieces that we're planning on using for here. So on the green and blue greens, I'm going to use Petunia Pop and Summer Splash. All right, let me make sure I'm doing these in the right direction. So there we go. We're going to do this as, what did they call it? I don't remember, but okay, we'll do this one as sweets. And look how beautiful new Stampin' Up markers write items. Oh my goodness, it's so much better than the old style. All right, and then after the sweets is the bundles. Oops, we don't want the brush tip unless you're really good at calligraphy. Bundles, okay. And then we will get a peach pie and use our Shy Shamrock. And we will put the embellishments. There we go. Oh, and look, I did it wrong. I should have done it that way. Well, let's get the other peach pie and do it correctly. Good thing it's only paper. Embellishments. Okay. We'll make that one go away. And then with the peach pie, I'm going to coordinate that with the pretty in pink. And we're going to call it simple stamping, I think is what it is. No, there's a term for it. Where is one of my catalogs? I've only got so many hanging out, but anyways, I've got one in my screen somewhere too. Let me pull that up, make it possible maybe. Okay, so the first section is not going anywhere. Of course not. Why are you not moving? Oh, because you're not the catalog. Duh. Okay. Well, let's figure it out. And I don't have the catalog up anymore. How? Oh, there it is. I do. Sorry. The brain will work eventually, I promise. Oh, there we go for that. Come back here for this. Load. It's taking forever to load it. All right, so the first section they're calling step-by-step crafting. So we will call, and then quick and easy. That's what I really wanted, is quick and easy. Quick and easy. Okay. And then in the summer splash with the petunia pop stamped image, we will do encore products. All right. And so then when I'm ready to put them in my catalog, I will simply put adhesive on each edge and then close the catalog page where I want it over one, and then close this over the other and press. And then I will have my tabs with their labels all ready to go. So I can easily go right to the section I'm looking for. And I'll do more later, but you don't need to see me do all of those. All right, so let's get that one and that one. Boop, right there. And I'll move these to the side for later. We'll put those. Oh dear, we've really gotten off kilter there. Sorry. Okay, so that's just one of the ways that you can play with and use the Keeping Tabs kit, or bundle, not kit, sorry. But again, it has all of these other sentiments. Happy holidays, happy birthday for you, hello friend, my list, notes, menu, to do, thank you, congratulations, with sympathy. You have these lines and this heart, which is one single stamp. And these are perfect for just something that needs just a little bit of extra, but not a whole lot of sentiment, right? If you've got a really gorgeous front of your card, but you still want it to say something, these are the perfect little thing. Put them on a cute little label or a banner of some kind, and you are good to go. All right, so then let's go ahead and bring out the Labeled with Love bundle. And again, this one actually has a die that cuts 3 at once, or you can use the punch to cut one individually, and really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're wanting to have an even number of these across a card front for an opening for a shaker card, you're going to want the dies. All right, so this is how the dies and the punch work. And of course, the stamped images are just beautiful as is. All right, so I'm going to grab my the label outline, as it were, and put it on, let's see, a D block, just like so. And I'm going to make some labels. So I'm going to want the little present. And I wonder, I have an idea. We'll have to play with and see if that's going to work. But definitely a happy birthday is always in good order. I'm not going to do the two from, oh yes, we'll want those out. And then the, what is that one? You are loved and enjoy today. Where's the enjoy today? Ah, there. You are loved and enjoy today. So those are some fun labels. And then I want the butterfly. And then, of course, you always have just for you and thanks, friend. We're not going to do a whole lot. We're just going to make some labels. How about that? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go with these again. And I'm going to load up these stamps where I can. And I think I can fit the present on an A block. Yes. Yay. That's what we want to see. And then we'll get our sentiments loaded up on a block. The real difficult one is going to be figuring out if I can make this do what I think it's what I want it to do. And then we'll just pick up the flowers to go with it and the butterfly. All right, so for those, since what I'm doing is making labels, I'm going to be wanting to do stamping off and things like that. I want actually for these a more neutral color, so I'm going to grab my basic beige for the outline. And I have 1, 2, 3 of the sentiments out at least, so I need a minimum of 3. There we go. Oh, I should check. And yes, I am doing it correctly because I plan on using the punch, so I'm just going to feed them through across that way. So that's really going to determine whether or not you're going to go in this direction or this direction. And I can easily get 4 across on an 8.5 by 11 sheet on the 11-inch side. Okay, that is more than sufficient for our needs. But it's always good to have some hanging out just ready to go because you never know when you're going to need a quick sentiment. So this time I'm going to cut this edge first. There we go. And then I'm going to cut, I probably should have had more differentiation between, there we go. Perfect. All right. And then it's pretty simple. You do want to start with the side that has the least amount of excess. And just go on down the line. And then I have that little edge bit that I can use to hold on to the edges. And then this little bit I just keep for die cutting small things. And you can color those again with blends and or your Stampin' Right markers to make them more colored. Just literally just add color to it in a variety of ways and shapes, and then do die cutting and create different fun things that you weren't necessarily prepared for planning for. All right. There's a thought. I don't think we have a basic beige Stampin' Right marker. We'll have to see if that's going to come at some point. Since it's not a part of our regular colors, it's a basic color. We probably won't, but maybe. Anyways, you know how to punch out stuff. I will finish the rest later. In the meantime, let us play, because playing is what we like to do, right? Let me see. Was that going to be too big? No. Or is it? All right. So what I'm going to do is get some scratch paper. And we will get our Shy Shamrock out. Oh my goodness. There we go. And in this case, if I were doing like, actually let me play with this a bit. But I think what I would want to do is go ahead and stamp this near the bottom of the thing in a vertical pattern, right? And I do like the petunia pop for the flowers, so let me grab those and get the flowers done. Come on. And then I'll have to remember how they line up. And I didn't think it goes this way. Yes. Wait. All right. So not that way, so it has to go this way. Okay. So we've got this little flower that has to come off of that stem and that. Okay, so we're just going to drop it down right like that. And I am doing these full strength. Okay. So there's one. We're going to do a second one like that. So this is something, if you were going to make that card that we were talking about, where you have 3 holes for a shaker card, if you do it right, you can actually have 3 labels made already, stamped and cut out with the dies all together, and then you can do the rest of your decorating of them this way, and then you have a super easy card all ready to go with. So I'm gonna have those like on each side. Yeah, let's go ahead and think about that. I'm gonna then do the vertical you are loved, and in this case I think I want to again use my Stampin' Right marker, so I'm going to use my Shy Shamrock and my Petunia Pop and my Pretty in Pink. Okay, so we're going to have to use some huffing technique. I am using the brush tip, and I'm going to switch to my close-up glasses because it's small enough. I need to be able to see what I'm doing, if at all possible. There we go. So I want these 2 leaves to be green. So I'm just using the edge of my brush tip of my Stampin' Right markers, the Shy Shamrock, just putting some ink on there, and then doing the same on the bottom. And then we'll have to practice our huffing technique to bring it back to life. And then I'm going to do the flower in Pretty in Pink for the rose. And again, I'm just coloring right on the stamp with these. It's the same ink that is in the ink pads. So it's water-based and is going to operate just like those. Just want to make sure I get enough saturation of ink on that. Too bad we don't have these colors in the pastels. I think that would look really pretty too. And then for the actual words of the sentiment, I am going to use my Petunia Pop. just because the Pretty in Pink is going to be pretty light, and I do want this to pop off of the cardstock. All right, I have the ink on. So now I'm going to literally open my mouth, and the moisture in my breath I'm going to use to huff on this to reinvigorate the color. So like so. Line it up and press it down, and I'm going to hold it for a good amount of time just so that as much of that ink can transfer as possible to that piece of cardstock. Lift it up, peel it off, and yeah, our flower is not as bright as I would like. So, you know, we can attempt to go back and do it a little bit more. But yeah, that's the method that would need to be used. Maybe I don't have enough hot air in my mouth. Nah. Let's try. I'm not going to be able to line it up. That's the problem. I'm going to see if the bullet tip makes a difference as far as laying color down on that stamp well. I mean, worst comes to worst, you can take and mask things. So I'm just going to do the flowers and try and get them in place. There we go. I'm going to start with that. I'm probably not going to attempt to redo the font here, just because that's just not going to work out well. And yeah, so this is kind of a watercolory look, and the green, there's enough there. But with the Petunia Pop, I'm going to go ahead and take the bullet point and just add just because it's nicer to have it very full of color. Just like so. You are loved. And actually, I can see enough of the flower bits now, so I think I'm just going to add some of that color on there too. There. So on a card, what I would do is line it up like that, and that would be a really fun card front. Okay, so that's really going to be the difficulty of using this one, is if you don't want them all to be the same color, then you're going to need to make sure you have very wet Stampin' Right markers, and then make sure you get enough moist air from your mouth onto the stamp to make that work. Okay, so let's see. Well, let's play with the butterfly, and this time let's do Pretty in Pink, which is already a light color. And first I'm going to see how it looks on the scratch paper. Ugh, getting ink all over me today. And full strength in Pretty in Pink. Yeah, and then yes, so we want second generation. And I'm just going to kind of do one edge and the other edge at an angle like so. And then we want the happy birthday, which I am going to do in Petunia Pop. And there we go. So the words are going to be what you see primarily, but underneath you have the faintness of the butterflies. Hard for me to see that with my close-up lenses on, but in the camera I can see it just fine in front of me. And then we want to do this sentiment. We want the presents. Do we want to play with the presents? Yeah, let's do the presents. We'll do a stamp off as well. One on each side. Okay. And then, what does this one say? This one says, enjoy today, which one's not in the right direction. All right, so I'm going to grab the other one and we're going to do it differently because we need it to go up and down instead of the other way. So my presents again, we'll do down here now, facing up and down. And that again is second generation. And then we'll have our confetti. And again, it's second generation. And then we'll grab our Petunia Pop again for our sentiment, which is enjoy today. Whoop, and again, it doesn't want to let go. So there are some labels that are pre-made and ready to go for whatever project I'm going to be working on in the near future. I don't have a plan for how to use them, but I have them ready to go, and they may help generate ideas of ways that I can use them. So let's see, where are my other ones? There's the happy birthday. There's the enjoy today. And somewhere is, oh my goodness, the one with the flower. We are having so much fun already today. Isn't that great? Not there. Not those, I don't think, but let's make sure. Ah, there we go. There we are. Okay, so a variety of ways that you can use the labeled in love. So here are the stamps as they stamp directly. You got the label, the butterfly, the package, the other little packages, the confetti, the different fonts, and the flowers, which are beautiful. And then, of course, our tabs that we put together so that we can organize our calendar and just be able to grab up and know this is where the sweets are, you know? And I will, of course, add more tabs and put them all in my catalog another day. Hopefully, this has been a good experience for you today. We will be back on Wednesday, where, as long as my schedule permits, I will have the make and takes for the June class. That is also going to be changing, but not in the immediate future. That will change when Stampin' Up makes changes in how they're going to reward people. So the reward system is on its way out and a new one is on its way in, which is fantastic for a lot of people because they will be able to get rewards on all of their own personal orders as low as $20 or more. And so we want you guys to earn those rewards on your personal orders. And that's the best way to do it. So at that point, when things change and shift to that, that's when you will no longer have a host code to get the free class, and then I'll just be offering it either as a tutorial or a card kit to go sort of situation, or a card class specifically that is a to go card class. All right. Well, hopefully you guys have had a great Sunday so far. Mine has been pretty busy, but good. And I will be back again on Wednesday. This is Harmony Stamps with Michelle, and I'm Michelle Barnes, coming to you from Pueblo, Colorado, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I would love to be your Stampin' Up demonstrator. Reach out and let's chat. Have a good day.